I know a lot of guys have trouble picking up on the signs of whether or not a girl is into them. You'll spend hours agonizing over a completely normal interaction, wondering if she was actually showing interest or just being a decent human being. So today, I want to do a little rapid-fire quiz so you can see if she actually does like you, or even just how good you are at recognizing the signals you might be getting. The rules are simple. I'll present a highly specific scenario. You have 3 seconds to make a gut instinct judgment on her intentions, and then we'll review the actual logical conclusion of the exchange. Because no matter how obvious a signal might seem to a normal person, a truly analytical mind will always find a mathematically sound way to doubt it. Let's begin. Let's say you're in a bar, and you look across the length of the counter and see a cute girl who glances at you briefly, does a quick hair flip, and then turns back to her friends. Lock in your answer. Is she into you? This diagram maps the trajectory of a crowded bar. Eye contact is obviously a good sign, but you really can't tell from this example. She could just be adjusting her hair, and maybe she was looking at someone standing directly behind you. Ultimately, brief visual alignment is insufficient evidence to prove any romantic intent whatsoever. Level 2. Let's say you're at the office and your cute coworker is waiting behind you to make some copies of whatever people make copies of. She says, "Wow, do you think you could go any slower?" and then playfully punches your arm. Take a second. Is she into you? Again, you can't really tell from this example either. She might like you, but she might just be giggling and punching your arm as a sarcastic middle school throwback. Unprovoked physical violence in the workplace, even if delivered with a smile, cannot confidently be distinguished from genuine annoyance. There is really no way to tell. Level 3. You're at the gym on the elliptical for some reason, and Cutie McBooty comes in and gets on the exercise bike in front of you. After 5 minutes, she looks back and says, "Wow, I'm so sweaty already. If only there were a way to get the same workout at home riding something else." Then she gives you a wink. Be honest, she into you? Yeah, still can't tell with that one. Exercise equipment is pretty expensive, and maybe she lives in a small apartment and just doesn't have the floor space to accommodate a Peloton. The only logical response here is to keep an eye out for a good deal on rowing machines somewhere, so you can show her the flyer and help out with her financial constraints. Let's say you meet up with a friend that you've had coffee and drinks with a couple times, and she says, "I had a lot of fun on the last few dates we went on. How do you like to come back to my place and watch Netflix tonight?" Okay, that is a good sign. She thought those hangouts were actually dates, and it's usually a verifiable indicator of interest when a girl invites you to do something, especially at her private residence. So then, later at her house, you guys are watching Wall-E or something like that, and she says, "I'm getting pretty bored. Why don't you come upstairs with me?" That's another great sign. She probably has something pretty interesting to do upstairs if she considers it a better use of time than watching Wall-E. So after you go up there, all of a sudden she pushes you onto her bed, dims the lights, rips off her clothes, and you start having sex. The final question, is she into you? Yeah, again, you really can't be too sure. It's pretty dark in the bedroom, so visual confirmation is heavily compromised. She can't really see you properly. This chart compares extreme sexual aggression against standard Canadian politeness, and the 2 bars are entirely identical. Maybe she's just from Vancouver and was being incredibly polite. Absolute certainty is a myth. Your best bet is to just keep your wits about you, never jump to any wild conclusions, and continue looking for signs.